Photobiomodulation, been doing infrared sauna for a long time, very beneficial. Red light therapy. We've got a product called the Flex Beam that you can actually strap, so all my patients with heart conditions, it's a red light and infrared. They can strap across the heart here that goes directly on the heart. That's been very beneficial. How's your sort of experience being with photobiomodulation with heart conditions, people with the arrhythmias and people with the peri and myocarditis?
Yeah, I mean, for all those conditions, for congestive heart failure is where my most extensive work has been, with that and experience. And again, I think it's all part of the program. And I think, people are getting from it. We're not going to have any data that says, right, well, we take 1,000 people with congestive heart failure, half get photobiomodulation to their heart, the other get a sham procedure and see how they do, which, all of the things being equal. So it's all part of our methodology. But to me, photobiomodulation is about taking the power of the sun, harnessing it, and instilling it into the human frame. And I think that there clearly is benefits to that. Is it better than the sun? Of course not. We all need to get our bodies into the sun as much as possible. But a lot of people, that's not an option. It's not an option for an extended period of time in order to provide therapeutic value. So I love the idea. And there's no downside to it. I mean, that's the beauty of it. There's no downside. You're taking that infrared and or red light therapy. We know that goes into the mitochondria. We know it goes into the electron transport chain. We know it supports cytochrome C oxidase, the fourth cytochrome in the electron transport chain. We know it has all those different benefits. We know it organizes intracellular water. So I don't see any downside. I only see upside.
Now, I've got a big concern that there's, because we wear a lot of clothing and a lot of people cover this area, they don't get sun to this area. The heart's filled with mitochondria. I mean, the brain's filled with mitochondria. The ovaries are filled with mitochondria. What do you think that, sort of been the downside of covering our bodies and not exposing them to sun with regards to the mitochondria receiving the correct light? People say I can go outside, their arms are exposed, their legs are exposed, their face is exposed. But then when it comes to the heart, they're not getting correct sunlight to the heart.
I think it's a major problem. The sun is the source of all life on planet Earth, aside from a spiritual or a supernatural entity. So let's just say the sun is responsible for all life here on Earth. And the purpose of our skin is that it's a solar panel. It's built to collect light. And the electromagnetic interference from wearing clothing, obviously certain clothings are worse than others. So polyester would be worse than cotton, so on and so forth. But the more we inhibit the electromagnetic frequencies coming from the sun, UVA, UVB, the visible light spectrum, the infrared energies, the more we inhibit that, the more we're going to suffer. So I agree with you, Steve, that our ancestors, quite simply, they were outside and they were running around naked. All plants are outside naked. All animals are outside naked. Why? The human is the only one that sits inside all day, that wears cover up. And I think it's no coincidence that we are the sickest animal species on the planet.